Hey all, and welcome back to Bayonetta 2 for the Nintendo Switch. Rich has informed me that this is a particularly interesting part, because we have not one but two chapters to go through here.
These two chapters are really short! Basically, you'd be looking at two 10-minute chapters, one after the other. And I remember when I was recording it, was going to Tom, what do you want me to do here? Because logic dictates I do one part per chapter. But we've got literally two 10-minute parts, one after the other, and I don't think you quite want that. And Tom was just like, yeah, just shove them together, so that's what I did.
A glimpse into my, genius oversights as the boss of the group. Splicing some reaction shots of me and shove it online.
But yes, we get two pretty glorious boss fights in these chapters, and makes me very happy. So this is Alarune, Whisperer of Dementia, as she will be betitled, and she's crazy.
I mean, clues in the title, dementia.
Yeah, so in the guidebook, also she has an absolute distaste for Madama Butterfly, who we see here in full glory, in her true size. That's how big the girl is. Yeah, she big. So yeah, she's got an absolute hatred for Madama Butterfly, which is hilarious. Particularly when, you're playing as Jeanne and it's Madama Sticks instead. It's just like... And also, I can't remember whether if you're playing as Rosa it's Madama Kefri there, or if it's still Madama Butterfly appears in the cutscene. I can't remember. But yes, with Alarune, she is a woman who doused herself in mandrake poison and took her own life as a means of getting revenge on the husband who left her. The poison continued through her skin and devoured her soul. Consumed by hallucinations, she was at last reincarnated in Inferno.
Interesting. We've heard of being reincarnated on the human plane, but never in one of the higher or lower planes.
Yes, but Alarune is a challenging fight. She is fast, she is deadly, she loves the combos. This can be a really challenging fight if you're not prepared for her. But as you can see, I'm making lovely use of Salamandra. It's making me happy to use these chainsaws to their fullest.
I'm trying to regain some unique bosses and whatnot for Hell, because that's kind of what I was referring to last time with the whole proposed 7 deadly sins thing.
I mean, I think I probably could have done with a few more unique Hell enemies, because basically Alarune is our only kind of proper demon boss fight that we get outside of obviously Gamora at the start, and obviously we got Phantasma Renee as a mini boss fight. But she is our only single chapter demon boss fight, which is a shame because the design of this enemy is awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
And also, it's a 2-phase fight, just to make it even more exciting.
If someone who talked a big game, she's not exactly doing the best job right now.
She's not. I think it's mostly because I'm just doing a at least passable job of dodging most of her things. But she's pissed off now, so time for a transformation.
Oh, she big. Okay, slight difference.
Bigger difference. So yeah, she's now the Whisperer of Insanity.
Ooh, look at you. You got a fucking centaur body and changed your boss subtile. I'm scared.
We can now finally see where Jeanne is.
Hey.
That bitch is consuming her. And now we get a really awesome bit of choreography from Bayonetta.
Then it's going to be a bloody coronation.
Fucking Vogue for no reason. Don't fuck with a witch. But yeah, that was pretty hype. You know me, mate. Anytime anyone busts out the posing before leading into an ass kicking, I'm down to clown.
Exactly. It's just exactly as you need to go for these things to be absolutely badass. So, second phase of Alarune, she is slower, but if I recall correctly, she hits harder and also wider. So, it's both easier and more challenging than the first phase, depending on your approach. But what's awesome is that once you know you've beaten so much of her, you then start tearing off chunks in order to rescue Jeanne.
This is more of the kind of thing I would have liked out of Bayo 2, I think.
I agree. I think it did just needed more of this type of thing. I mean, there's roughly the same amount of boss fights as in the original.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have quite the same impact because there's not the same build-up of getting to know the bosses as you are sort of going towards them. So obviously in the original Bayonetta, you had 3 chapters of run-ins with Fortitudo, and then you fought Fortitudo. You had sort of build-up to Temperantia, you had build-up to Justicia, you had build-up to Sapientia. You don't really get any of that build-up apart from with Glamour. All of the rest just sort of appear in their requisite chapters and then are done. But obviously because of the narrative stuff surrounding Alarune and how sort of unique a design she is, she has a lot more impact on the whole than any of the other boss fights do.
Damn, woman. I thought I told you to chill.
Yeah, don't destroy her. Knock her about a bit, just don't destroy her.
Yes, we really should be focusing on Jeanne right now before she, you know, completely vanishes out of existence. I'm not quite sure how this works, but I'll take it.
Jeanne, it's time. Get up. Please, Jeanne, wake up. Jeanne.
Oh, thank God.
Ceres. What do you need? A wake-up kiss or something?
I heard you crying back there. You're not slick, Bayo.
That's it's one of the things I do really like about Bayonetta's character is that she very much is that very hard, sarcastic exterior, but underneath it all, she is really caring, particularly for the people that she loves.
Yeah, that sort of stuff is cool, yeah.
Are you insane?
And obviously, it does go a long way for the people who do like to ship Bayonetta and Jeanne. I mean, they do live together after all, so, I mean, who's to say that they're not together?
What's happening? You need to get back to your body.
She's gonna go back to her body, which, I mean, deservedly so. She's had a bit of a rough time of it.
Yeah, for sure.
But don't worry, we'll see Jeanne again before the game is over.
Happened to our world. I know. Just go home, and no stopping or turning around along the way.
I thought I'd fucked up my business.
And now we get to see
This is quality.
Rodan
For an artiste.
makes his weapons.
Oh, interesting. Guess it makes sense that he wouldn't want Bayo to utterly destroy her then.
He sucks in the souls of his demon friends. Obviously not necessarily friends, but the demons that are his marks, and traps them forever in their weapons.
Every good weapon has a soul inside it.
Exactly.
Got a nice glow about it, don't you think? As for its power,
This
well,
is one of the
you
most
don't need
useful
me to explain
weapons
finer points of
in the
function.
entirety of the Bayonetta franchise. Which is hilarious considering the whip last time round, Conchadra, was average at best. But dual whips with Alarune, mwah, pièce de résistance. But before we get really any time to focus on that, we need to go and save a Loki.
Got them all lined up waiting to be saved, huh? Don't forget about your new toy.
I'll pay for it later.
No, we get this one for free because, you know, we put in the work to beat up the bloody thing.
Pretty good, mate.
Yeah, I will take a platinum on that one. Can't necessarily promise a platinum on the next fight. We might get one, but it was always the fight that, and always the chapter that I struggled the most on getting the platinum, and it was basically the main reason that I decided that I was not going to replay any chapters to get higher grades. Unless it was like a silver. If it was a silver, then it's like, no, that cannot stand. But if it's just a gold, I can live with that. But yeah, this next chapter was the reason for that, because it's just it's a chapter that I just really struggled to platinum, and I had such an awful time of it the first time I recorded Bayonetta 2.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, never again. Never again. We did just unlock the platinum ticket, which is the thing that you need to purchase in order to take on the secret boss fight against Rodan. And it costs like 999,999, whatever. Lots of nines in terms of the halos. Lots of money. And so it's very expensive. You will have to do some halo grinding. But I will give you a really good halo grinding spot if you don't want to go through tag climax when we get to it. But first, we have this chapter. And yes, we get climax horse.
What?
Yep, we get to ride on Diomedes and do some dodging on a horse, jumping on a horse, firing bullets from a horse, and using it to slash up our enemies as we ride.
Bayo on a horse.
This is actually, it's really easy to get hit during this, and unless you are really good at the fighting against the masked Lumen, you're going to need to get your platinum ranks here in order to kind of give you some wiggle room in that fight. And that was the thing that I had the most trouble with. Also, yes, we have to do some dodging of Gamoras, jumping, and all sorts. It's very chaotic, and I do love it. It's awesome and hilarious and ridiculous, and certainly not what I was expecting. And I was kind of just like, could I have more of this, please?
Yeah.
Looks like we're getting a bit more of it in Bayonetta 3, in the sense of we're going to have a sequence at least of riding Gamora across a bunch of collapsing skyscrapers.
Hell yeah.
But also, in a way, it's kind of a callback to Route 666 and the motorbike.
Gotta bring that up, actually, yeah.
I would say that Route 666 controlled slightly better than Diomedes.
Well, I mean, it's a bike versus a fucking horse, mate.
crew, but you have more attack options in this. So you win some, you lose some.
I get how Bayonetta does the witch time. How does that extend to the horse exactly?
They are currently connected. I don't know.
Fine. Also, Bayonetta has amazing eyesight if she could see Loki from this distance away.
Part of you just goes, why the hell does she need glasses? But it's just like, she needs the glasses to see the monsters, that's why.
Fashion, darling.
Yes.
No. Was that a fucking horse? Nay. It's more of a unicorn than anything.
It's a sword-acorn.
Yes. Package it, brand it, sell it, move on. Oh man, I love spears that turn into swords.
I know, it's glorious. And I really like the choreography of this fight as well, because obviously it's Bayonetta properly fighting with a handicap, because she's basically just protecting Loki and attacking with her feet, and it's just like, yes! This is the type of creative combat we need.
Can't say I expected to see Battle Vin in a cutscene.
We get use out of it, and off the kid goes.
Oh, I see.
Yes, and have you noticed that as we have Panther Within and everything dies behind us, and Wolf Within for the Lumen Sage brings life behind it? And obviously he's a white wolf.
Yes, Richie, I get it. Yes, it's Okami.
It's Amaterasu.
Your impudence will cost you your life, witch.
So you're saying diplomacy has failed then?
Please, for the love of God, buy the game for Wii U.
Surrender, or it will be more than your mask that we lose.
Umbro witch. Or shall I call Bayonetta?
That seems to be what people call me these days.
Well, actually, Bayonetta, it's what you call yourself these days, and expect other people to call you it. I mean, obviously your name is Cereza, but there we go. But yes, finally, he is announced as Boulder.
Why isn't Bayo reacting to this?
On my honor.
I think because she's just like, yeah, I'm a bit preoccupied. I probably should pay a little bit more attention. But yes, this is basically a mashup of the Father Boulder fight from the original Bayonetta with the Masked Lumen fight. So you get a bit of everything during this, but also you get the absolute gloriousness of You May Call Me Father again. And I mean, just this song, just beautiful. It makes me happy. I may be slightly terrible at this fight, but it still makes me happy.
Also, I feel like, maybe if I'm being, cynical here, you've been a bit overly critical to the game, but man, the last couple of chapters and a lot of stuff throughout Hell, and I guess stuff coming up, has been pretty excellent.
Oh, without a doubt, like, it's one of those things of, I love Bayonetta 2, I do think it is a fantastic game. It's just that there are certain things that I'm very nitpicky about, and I'm just like, you could have done this just that bit better. And it's because I love Bayonetta as a franchise so much, and I want it to do well, and I want it to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect, but I want it to be. And it's just when it's just sort of slightly missing the mark on a couple of things, I'm just like, come on, you're so close! But yeah, I would say that everything in Hell, pretty stellar. This sort of 1-2 punch of boss fights is stellar. Love one of the next chapters. to pieces. It's just ridiculous and amazing, and I love it. There's a lot that I do love. It's just that, just a little bit. And obviously, I am a moaner. This is what I do.
Yeah. I can bitch with the best of them when I want to, mate. So I'm not gonna try and paint you as the unreasonable one here.
Yeah, and I mean, Bayonetta 2 was my game of the year in the year it came out, and it still is a fantastic game, and I still do love it to pieces. But obviously, it's very easy to sometimes you have to criticise the things you love, because then it means that you know what they need to do to be better.
Not sure I agree with that per se, but I'm not going to get into that thing. I will say though, I do not remember fighting Boulder here, so I must have tapped out just after doing the horse thing, if not a bit before.
Shameful, because you're so close to the end.
I know. I'll probably go back and finish it properly after we're done.
You bloomin' better. But yes, I think it's that point that she actually recognises Boulder as Boulder, even though really she should have done before, because he never actually said his name.
Little one?
Drama. Loki has sort of gathered some power, and he's going to do something that's going to do something. And the next chapter is going to be very, very, very interesting.
That's one hell of a dramatic end to a chapter.
It really is. That's the type of end to a chapter that we need.
Falling down hither and thither, but hey, good on you, mate.
There's the platinum, which then made me really annoyed that I got a gold on the other chapter. But oh well, it happens.
Whatever, we'll see you next time for more of Bear 2, guys. Bye-bye.